My name is Stormy Lewis, and the Authority magazine asked me to give you my 5 things that's going to make you a highly effective leader during turbulent times. First and foremost, self-care. If you're not taking the time to take care of yourself, how can you possibly be there for those that are relying on you and need you the most when everything goes crazy? Listen, the chaos is still going to be outside your door waiting for you when you get up. But what can you really do about it at 1 a.m. in the morning? Nothing. So it's easier said than done. But even if you have to take something to kind of force yourself to sleep, you really need to wind down at the end of the day, shut everything off for a couple of hours, let your mind calm down. There's a lot of herbal teas that will help you sleep, and drink a cup of tea and relax, because you need your sleep. You need to drink plenty of water. You need to eat as well as you possibly can and not go through fast food because it's convenient. Exercise, go for a walk. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself and allowing yourself to recharge. If it's during the work week, during the work day, what I like to do is I like to watch Facebook Live, and I watch clips and I scroll through. I love dry bar comedy. And I just like to watch comedians because it's a break and it lets me recharge so that I can go back in the door and hit the ground running. These things are important. Remember, if you're not taking care of yourself, how can you take care of all the people that are counting on you? My second tip would be, of course, to listen. And I'm not just talking about your customers. You need to listen to your team members too. Most likely, team members typically are the first line of defense. And this is a benefit for you to listen, because they will notice changes in priorities and needs of your customers long before you do. And the more you listen to the customers and your team, you'll be able to either resolve conflict and provide resolution at a much faster rate. You will also be able to produce products and services that meet their current needs. And that will actually build not only loyalty, because people will feel like they've been heard, both customers and your team, but also they'll want to buy what you're providing because it's what they need at the moment. Third, of course, is always going to be prep and planning. How many times do you hear that? You have to have a plan. And it's true. The more you can plan for the worst of the worst, the better you'll be, because you'll be able to take those plans and you'll be able to tweak them just enough to really be able to help you handle your current situation. As we saw during the pandemic, those that had a plan that they could tweak and think outside of the box continued to grow. People that put off planning didn't necessarily make it. And we lost a lot of great businesses because of that. But don't think just because you survived one pandemic that this plan is going to help you get to whatever happens next. We don't know what's happening next. We never do. So you need to always be developing plans, and you need to always prepare. My parents lived in the South in Louisiana, and they were there for Katrina and Gustav and all of that. So the people in the South will tell you you have to have an emergency hurricane kit. This has all the things that you would possibly need should power get taken out and all of that. Now, they had to learn. It was not something we knew. We grew up in Kansas City. It's tornado territory. They had to learn. We grew up in Kansas, where it's tornado territory. We did not deal with hurricanes. But there were a lot of things that came up that my parents didn't know, and they had to teach themselves how to survive. Things that you wouldn't even think of, like always having a certain amount of cash spread out throughout the house should a hurricane hit and knock out the power, because you wouldn't have access to ATMs and your bank And sometimes when the power's out, it means nobody can take your credit card and you need to have cash. It's just things like that. You need to have an emergency kit and you need to be prepared. The fourth one is huge for me, and that is be transparent. Your employees are going to know that something is up long before you decide to tell them. And too many companies wait because they don't want to stress anybody out. And I get that. But as you are fact checking, and once you have solid information, don't wait till the last second when it's too late to do anything about it. Talk to people, because if you're talking to them, employees will follow captain my captain until the ship goes down. If they feel like they have trust in the leader because they know that the leader is always being honest with them. Now, if you break that trust and people feel betrayed, they typically will either just sit back and basically say, fix it yourself, you're on your own, I worked hard for you and you lied to me kind of mentality, or they will want to pay the favor by taking your company out instead of keeping it afloat just because they feel like they've been betrayed, trust has been broken, that they are just a paycheck number to you and they don't matter. So keep that in mind when you're dealing with your staff. Celebrate your wins with your team would probably be my last. I absolutely love celebrating any win, no matter the size, big or small. But if Joe is doing a great job and customers are continually appreciative of his hard work, then you better believe it that I am not only writing a personalized note to Joe, but I am treating Joe to lunch because he is helping keep my company afloat. And he is representing it the way that I want it to. So celebrate the wins with the team. If you break any kind of record during a turbulent time, celebrate. Celebrate with everyone. People need to know that they are heard. People need to know that they're worth something to you besides just another number on a spreadsheet. People will go so far for you if they feel like they matter. I hope these tips have helped you out, and I can't wait to see what you come up with next.